Hey everyone, we're talking today about email marketing and the follow-up series. Now, a lot of marketers, product creators, even e-com vendors and others are leaving a lot of cash on the table simply by not having an automated email follow-up series. This can add some serious coin to your bottom line, so let's break it down in this session. An email follow-up series, we'll talk about what one is, what advantages it gives, what goals we're looking to achieve, and how we set one up, okay? No stone left unturned in this quick session for you. First, the obligatory, who is this guy to talk about this stuff to you? Well, my name's Mark Tandon. In my online career, I've been a product creator, affiliate manager, email ghostwriter, and copywriter. I've made more than my share of mistakes, fortunately mainly on my own products. But these days, I'm getting paid to set up these automated follow-up series for a variety of clients. And I want to share with you today just what works, okay? Proven time and again. So what's an email follow-up series? It's basically a series of automated messages that we schedule to be sent out to new customers at prearranged intervals. Okay, and we can schedule this in our autoresponder. We'll break that down in a bit so we can decide how often and at what intervals people actually get these messages. So for example, a new customer just signs up for your product. Okay, they just bought it and they get a welcome email immediately. Then perhaps you decide you're going to contact them 2 days later, and then the day after that, and so on. Now, there's a couple of types of follow-up series we can look at. Most commonly, we see these after someone signs up for a free product, and this is a standard list building method. Okay, we offer a free lead magnet, like a free information product, video training of some sort, in exchange for an email address. And in this case, a follow-up series is pretty much mandatory. Now, why? Well, basically at this point, we've given something up for free for simply an email address, but we haven't made any money yet. So what we're trying to do in this case is to monetize that new subscriber. We're trying to see if they'll buy something from us and put some money in our pocket. But we also see follow-ups for buying customers. And this is what we'll focus on in this session, okay? Much more important for this particular training. Why would you want to follow up with a buyer? Well, there's lots of reasons, but not limited to customer service, okay? In an age of internet marketing and people buying online, we want to stand out and we want to show our buyers that we are providing amazing service, and an email series is one way of doing this. We want to build some loyalty to our brand, to our own name. We want to provide updates, and let's face it, not beating around the bush, we want to make some longer-term profits, okay? And that's what this email series is hopefully going to help us out to do. Now, advantages of a follow-up series is momentum. Okay, I don't hear this talked about enough, but momentum is important. Somebody buys your product, and you have to remember this. A buyer is a buyer is a buyer, okay? They've opened up their wallet, they've logged into their PayPal, they've decided to hand you over a few dollars for your product, okay? This means they are now engaged with you. They trust you on a certain level. They trust that whatever you're offering is a good decision for them. So this is the time to follow up. The moment someone buys is the perfect moment to keep in touch. More advantages of this series. We get to build our brand. We get to develop trust, and we get to build relationships. And these are the cornerstones of long-term profitability. Now, the goals of our follow-up series should follow from that, okay? So obviously, we're talking about service. We're going to ensure that buyers have received their product and know how to get support, okay? We're going to build trust, authority, and likability, because what we do know in any form of marketing is people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. And with an email series, we can build that up gradually. We're going to encourage engagement, and this is going to help build longer-term profits for us. So what's it look like? What's a email follow-up series even look like? Well, it's basically a series of about 5 to 7 emails. And this isn't set in stone. I mean, some email series may be 3 messages long, some are as long as like 20 plus, okay? But I like to sort of stick with 5 to 7. And we schedule these to be sent out automatically in our autoresponder, and we'll get into how to do that. So our very first message is going to look like this. We're going to have a welcome with a brief history of ourselves, okay? Brief, 2 to 3 sentences, where we build our authority. Without bragging, we're basically going to say, thanks for picking this up. I've been in this niche for so long, and I've achieved these results type thing. Without bragging again, but just basically subtly introducing ourselves as an expert in the area. We're going to include a download link if it's a digital product, okay? So even though they should have already gotten that download link, this builds trust. We're going to say, just in case you didn't get access to your product, you can get it here. And there's a link. We're also, very importantly, going to set an expectation. And I don't see this done often enough, but it's crucial in this first message. We're going to let people know what to expect from us. It's only fair. Hi, I just emailed you. I just invaded your inbox. What am I going to come at you with next? Well, basically, I'm going to say we have some content updates coming your way. We have some free tips and valuable resources for you. And guess what? We also have some tips and recommendations for things that will help your business down the road. We're basically telling them we're going to promote to them. We're going to give you ideas that are going to help your business. And some of those ideas might cost you money. We're also going to encourage some engagement, okay? So we're going to ask a question, or we're basically just going to say, if you have any questions, get back to us. Either myself or a member of my team monitors this email address regularly, and we will get back to you in a timely manner. That is message 1, and I will give you an example of that message later on, so don't worry about it. Message 2 is the content update. Very classic, very important, okay? This is simply a valuable tip. This is a free resource or update not included in the original product that will help the user get maximum benefit. Okay, and you can send this out the day after or 2 days after they originally buy. Okay, but it's just a tip. And your subject line can be simply content update, product XYZ. Alright, and it's just great, lovely tip to get the maximum use out of their product. We're also going to introduce some further engagement in this email, okay? Perhaps we have a Facebook group or a blog, either or both are highly encouraged, where people can interact with you further, with other users of the product, okay? Where you're going to be sharing more information and updates, okay? We want to build our following, and this is the way to do it. Now, in message 3 is where we do our first pitch. Okay, this is the first time we're going to promote. So make no mistake, the whole goal of a follow-up series is to maximize our profits, okay? And too many people wait too long to promote in their follow-up series. This is a big mistake. If we wait too long, if we send 4 or 5 messages and we never suggest anything that costs any money, people get conditioned to just freebies from us. That's all they think, oh, this guy Mark is only sending me free information. Great. I'll get to it when I get to it. Whereas, if we promote a product and say, this is must have, you need this to build your Facebook marketing group or whatever it happens to be, then people understand right off the bat that, hey, this person has my best interest at heart, but they're also showing me tools that, although they might cost a few dollars, are going to help grow my business. And remember, we set this expectation in message 1. We told them we'd be talking to them about recommended tools and resources that would help grow their business. Okay, so very important. We want to get that first pitch across no later than message 3. Now, message 4, we're going to alternate. We've just pitched. We're going to come back with some content, but with a bit of a catch. Okay, so after our first pitch, we go straight back to content with some value. But here's where we train our subscribers a little bit. We're going to train them to click, okay? And ideally, what we'll do is we'll offer a snippet of our content in the email and then require them to click to our blog post for the whole story. So let's look at an example. All right, this is an example from a follow-up in one of my follow-up sequences to a product. And the top of the email isn't shown here, but this is the sort of call to action at the bottom. You want more details? Check out the latest blog post, etc., etc., etc. How many tools do you need to move your business forward? And then check the blue text. Continue reading. When somebody clicks on that, they get sent to my blog, and they get sent to the whole article that shares all the content that they were after. Now, the benefits of this click is it shows us people are engaging. We're teaching people to engage. We're rewarding people for clicking by sharing valuable content. What this does is it encourages people to click down the road when we send emails, even when we send promotional emails. You know, people are now they're conditioned to get a bonus when they click. Well, when I click here, I'm going to get some free content. Oh, when I click here, I'm going to get this offer for something I can't live without. Okay, so this is very important. Plus, when we link to a blog, this is really good for further engagement and promotional opportunities. I mean, if you're monetizing your blog properly, if you have an opt-in page on your blog, if you're just building your brand, all of these are good things. We want to build the click. Okay, so very important to throw that in early in the sequence. Now, message 5, we get back into monetizing again. We've just shared some content, so we're going to come out with another promotion, either to one of our related products, possibly an upsell, a parallel offer, or an affiliate offer. The key is never to be shy to sell when the product is in the best interest of our subscriber. Okay? We know what our people have signed up for, so we know what we should be promoting to them, something relevant. Okay? That's really important. Doesn't hurt us, though, to give them that opportunity every other email. Remember this, when done right, even promotional emails are ways of providing value. Now, why would I say this? Well, basically, we're the people that are out there doing the homework in our niche. We're the people out there dissecting all these different products and methods and techniques that help get results. Okay? Not all of our subscribers have the time to do this, so we're doing this for them. So when we send a promotional email, we need to have the mindset that we're saving them time. And we've gone through this information, and this is the one we've chosen that's going to help them the best. Okay, so that is value all by itself. Never forget that. Very important. Now, what next? Okay, we've sent 5 emails. Okay, well, we can continue with an automated series. We can go up to about 7 if you want. You can even go further if you like. Now, I like the 5 to 7 series, but it's completely up to you. And we simply alternate content with promotional emails. Okay, at this point, what we've done with our content emails is we've conditioned subscribers. We've built authority and a strong following. And now what's happening is it's time to switch over to broadcast style emails. Okay, after people have been through our series, it's just time to send them emails from time to time with an alternation of content and promotion as it seems fit to us. Okay, that's important. All right, they're on our schedule. We just want to keep in touch on a fairly regular basis, keep these people engaged, and you can switch over to a broadcast style email where you're not worried about plugging it into an autoresponder. You just program an email and send it out. Now, setting up your follow-ups. It really depends on your autoresponder service. Most are similar, but the hint is to use customer support. So let's have a quick look in my autoresponder just to show you what one looks like. Okay, so here's an example of a product that I released late last year, and you'll see 6 emails. All right, it's all set up in a calendar. This is what an autoresponder looks like. I've scheduled the first one to go out on the very first, at the moment people subscribe or buy, and then a follow-up on the next day, and then I give them a day off, and then another promo, and then a little bit of time off and some more information, and then a couple days off I gave them, and then continuing on in the series. Okay, now after they've been through this series, I can just broadcast emails to them. All right, I've built my brand, I've built my engagement, I've given them a pitch or two, I've accomplished what I need to accomplish at this point. Okay. Now, the hint that I talk about here is to use customer support. Depending on the autoresponder you're using, if you're using a paid service, remember, you're paying these people, okay? So if you have any struggle setting up a follow-up sequence, it's very easy. But if there's any challenges, use the live chat, get on the phone with them, and they will not get off the phone or the live chat until you're happy. Okay, remember, you are paying these people, so take advantage of the expertise they have. Okay, and make sure this should not be a non-stop or a non-starter for your business. This should be something super easy to do. I've used the service before. Do it yourself and make sure that you're all set up. Now, tips for writing emails. I encourage you to use your own words wherever possible. Okay. I like to start in a text box. I find I can be more creative in one of those, and then I can transfer it to my autoresponder from there. I can get it all formatted up first. I can make it all pretty. I can make it, read the way I want it to, and then transfer it. Just tends to be easier. Be yourself, don't be shy. Regularly ask for feedback and questions. And I promised you an example of an email, so I'm going to point you out to one right now. The very first email I sent to a subscriber, a buyer of one of my more recent products. And if a little of this is cut off, I apologize. But basically, this is what it looks like. Hey there, thanks for grabbing this course, etc. Here's an intro, etc. Be a smart decision to whitelist my email, so I'm encouraging them to stay in touch. I'm encouraging engagement because I've got updates heading your way. As I discover easier, faster ways to make this stuff work, I'll be sharing those too. That's the expectation. And yes, I'll even make the occasional recommendation to you, but only if it's something I've completely tested and think will be of huge benefit. Okay, again, following up on that expectation. You should have already been given access to your purchase, but just in case, here's your copy. There's that link that builds that trust. Okay, and then finally, this should go without saying, but just so we're clear, I love questions, so when you have them, just reach out. Okay, I'm a real person who actually checks his emails. Just give me a day or so, cool. All right, everything covered. Authority, I'm the person in this niche. I've built this product. I'm going to be getting in touch with you. That's the expectation. Here's your link. That's the trust. And here's the engagement. Get in touch with me anytime you want. Okay? In my own words. Very, very, very important. Okay? So regularly ask for that feedback and questions in all your emails. All right? Super important. In conclusion, your email follow-up series should be considered mandatory if you're selling products. Okay? It's not an option. All right, you will get dropped very quickly. People will move on to the next vendor that follows up. And let's just look at Amazon, okay? Like the biggest e-com seller on the planet. What happens when you buy from Amazon? You get like 3 follow-up emails, right? You get the, we got your order. Your order is shipped. Do you have feedback for the seller? Do you have feedback based on this? Here are some other suggestions that might make sense for you. And they're all staggered. They all come out. That is their follow-up sequence. Okay, this is not new. This is not rocket science. This is a follow-up series that is being used by billion-dollar companies. I would encourage you to do the same. The advantages are tremendous. They're absolutely massive in terms of branding and long-term profits. Just think of that Amazon example. It absolutely makes sense. They're super simple to set up, these autoresponder emails. You only have to do them once. Okay? So take the time. When you're launching a product, you're not done until your email follow-up sequence is done. And you'll likely see more profits on the back end than you do on the front if you follow this up. Okay? So thanks for following along. Have a great day.